Andrew Yang visits the Humanist Report. So Andrew Yang went on one of my favorite shows on YouTube called The Humanist Report. It is hosted by someone by the name of Mike Figueredo. And if you are left of center, I know I have a lot of right-leaning Yang Gangers here, and that's cool. I want everybody here. But if you're left of center and you really like progressive commentary from maybe like a social democratic viewpoint, Mike Figueredo is your guy. Okay, go like his channel, check out his content, and mainly check out his interview with Andrew Yang that he's releasing in chunks. I think he's released 2 of them. I hope he just has a whole one. But anyway, Andrew Yang met with the Humanist Report, so they mentioned a couple things I want to go over here, mainly with Medicare for All. Mike Figueredo and me shared the same views on Medicare for All. We're both for the Bernie Sanders, the Pramila Jayapal editions of Medicare for All, the one that covers everybody. Okay, and Andrew Yang is for the public option, which we're kind of pressing him on, and Mike did press him on it. Pressed on him very hard and very appropriately. Let's see here. So Mike's concern was, one of Mike's concerns was about the public option, that if President Yang happened, the negotiations would be, Yang is for public option. He would push for the public option. But the Republicans would likely negotiate him down, because whatever the Democrats propose, they have to meet with the Republicans and talk about it, and usually there's a compromise. There's bipartisanship involvement where there's usually a compromise. So if there's a starting point of Medicare for All public option, there's going to likely be a chop-off point on that. So Mike Figueredo is explaining, why not go Medicare for All or bust, the Sanders or Jayapal options, and then meet with the Republicans and get it potentially chopped down to the public option. And I thought that made a lot of sense, because if you just if President Yang presents the public option, they take it to the Republicans, and what if they negotiate, we'll reboot, we'll meet you halfway and we'll reboot Obamacare. How about that? We'll do the ACA, we'll do it the way you want it, but no public option. Let's do a halfway point, because you guys know this. Centrists and the establishment is about these half measures and about bipartisanship. So if Andrew presents, or anybody presenting the public option to the Republicans, it's likely going to take a compromise. It's usually going to get chopped down and do something lesser. Okay, so that is an issue that President Yang or anybody who is promoting the public option has to consider. So I totally agree. Why not start at Medicare for All and fight for it, and then at the worst it'll be a public option? That makes sense to me, and that was definitely worth talking about. Let's see what else. And another thing, Medicare for All is polling at 70%, okay? Everybody should be for Medicare for All or bust. The American people want it. 7 out of 10 Americans say they want Medicare for All. Why are we screwing around with the public option? It doesn't really make any sense, okay? When 7 out of 10 Americans want Medicare for All. I don't get it. Okay, let's fast forward here to UBI. So they talked about UBI, and let me see here. Mike mentioned something to the effect of inequality with UBI that I thought was a very interesting point. Like he gave the example, someone making $100,000 will get a UBI of $1,000 a month. Someone making $1 million will get $1,000 a month. Someone making $10 million would get it. You get it, okay? You understand. But people on disability and Social Security are given an option. And an option between UBI and Social Security. And it just to me, it just pointed out the inequality in it. And Yang even fessed up to it. He said there is some inequality in UBI, he promoted it and said, it does mostly good things. It's going to give mobility. It's going to give upward mobility to tens of millions of Americans, and that is a fact. But there's some certain things like this where there's a strand or two of inequality that doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to give someone who's a millionaire $1,000 a month as opposed to making the poorest American decide if they want UBI or their Social Security. It's just like, why not both? Like Mike has been saying for a while, Mike says he's pro UBI, but don't touch the welfare programs. Don't touch the Social Security. Don't provide an option there. Give it on top. And when you put that into perspective, that makes sense. Because why are you giving that money to people who don't need it? These people need it. They need it quite desperately. But, millionaires are going to get $1,000 a month. It's just, it is kind of silly when you flesh it out a little bit. So, and I'm not saying it's done there. I'm sure Andrew can work something out. I know this will be worked on and elaborated on. And if you guys remember, Nixon passed UBI legislation in his house twice. And, it failed twice in the Senate, too. But I would think it would be over something like this. Like, how much should people really get? How can they really make this as fair as possible? So, Andrew's proposal isn't the be-all to end-all. It's mostly spot on. It's mostly correct. But there's just a few inaccuracies that need fleshed out, usually by Congress, usually by lawmakers, and very smart people. So we can just hope that will be taken care of, because this issue of inequality with UBI is a genuine concern. So let me know what you think here. I genuinely want your thoughts. And like I said, go to the Humanist Report and like their page. Check out their content. Mike Figueredo is a great YouTuber. So also, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell on the side.